Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. This is my next episode from a series, Road Dogs and Rock Gods. This is Mike Davenport. He's in the band The ATARIS. He's their bass player. He also has a band called Versus the World. He's a good friend of mine. We talk to each other a lot, almost every day. But I wanted to bring him on. I wanted to show him some new tracks and also go through a couple tracks that I hadn't played in the first time around when he came on. He has been on before. He did some reactions with me, and he also did an interview a while back. I urge you guys to check all those out if you think Mike's a good dude, like I do. I also want to throw a shout out, a true thank you to the people at Sabra. They sent me tons of hummus. I'm like the hummus king over here. I got a whole bunch. I got guacamole, got all this wonderful stuff. This is how much they sent me. Look at this picture. I gave some to my mom. She's very happy. So I got the whole family eating wonderful stuff from Sabra. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You guys can check out their products at your local grocery store and also at sabra.com. Anyhow, let's jump into this and let's see what Mike Davenport here has to say. Let's give it a go. Hey, Mike, so I dragged you back on here because you were guilty of calling me on Thanksgiving. And I was like, I got a new track I really want to play for you. And I think it's bitchin'. And now people, they kind of been, every now and then, I read the comments as much as I can. And they're like, you tell people how much you love these and then they can't give you an honest reaction. But I was telling them, like, no, these guys are my friends and they'll tell me if it sucks. But
it's true. It's true. We are actually friends. So we'll let your viewers know that right now. We're actually friends, and I just didn't work with you, even though my guitar player did sleep on your couch.
He did actually. Yeah, it's been a long time since he's had to sleep on my couch, but that did happen.
That's a story for another time.
That's a different. Yeah, people are gonna be, what the heck? Anyway, so. This performer, her name is Ado, A-D-O. Have you ever, she's Japanese. Have you heard of her?
No, I've never heard of Ado, but I think Ado is the name for Tokyo, the ancient name. Is that true? I think that's the name for Tokyo. And if I'm wrong, then I'm going to get tore apart right now. So.
No, they'll explain to us in the comments. I've got nice people that clue us in, and that's maybe how we all learn. But,
I think that's the Japanese name for Tokyo, the ancient name.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so that's why I spelled it, because I might be pronouncing her name wrong. Anyway, this is a live performance, and I was floored. I thought it was very special, and so I wanted to play it for you. So here we go. So I'm going to play it, and you can let me know what you think of this young lady's performance.
教えてほしいとその仕組みが僕の中に誰か夢の壊れたよこの世界で君が何も見えずに 世代狂える震えないあなたを揺れた歪んだ世界に浮かんだ僕は好きとって見えなくなって見つめないで僕のこと見つめないで誰かが描いた世界の中であなたを傷つけたくはないよ覚えてて僕のこと けないよしまった彼らに分かったいつか彼らに二人が滅びるこうするこうせない震えの群れがあなたを怪我す愛や夢というかった世界にただ僕は突き止めて見えなくて見つけないで僕のこと見つめないで誰かが仕組んだ孤独な穴に未来が重くてしまう前に思い出して僕のこと鮮やかなまま忘れないで忘れないで忘れないで忘れないで変わってしまったことにアドバイス変えられないことだけ覚えてて僕のこと教えて教えて僕の中に誰がいるの
What do you think?
I think it's amazing, like most heavy music coming out of Japan right now. Very amazing. I have a few things right off the bat that I was thinking about when I heard it. Number one is it reminds me a lot of Evanescence. If Evanescence was, if you wanted to do like an American counterpart, that's what the song reminded me of.
Don't get that at all. Okay.
It's bass driven, which I dig, right? Those bass licks at the beginning and throughout the song are amazing. As a bass player, that's a bass. I love a bass driven song, and that's definitely a bass song, right? That's and of course there's the ripping lead guitar in the middle, but it's mostly driven by bass, and I think that's incredible. Also, I kind of dig her. Now this is a live performance, right? But I kind of dig her out of key a little bit, breathless. She, I think someone, professional, not professional, a singer that has been doing it a super long time, like Steve Perry or somebody like that. I think they would think that she needs to take some breathing lessons a little bit to be able to get that. But I think it makes the song rad. So maybe she likes it like that. It's like you can tell she's losing some breath and at the same time a little out of key. But I'd like to hear the studio version of that to see if she does that on the studio version as well. But that's cool. It's punk rock to do that, and I think it's rad. I think it's an amazing song and an amazing performance. I'd like to see what she looks like a little closer. I can't see anything.
So that's the gimmick, is nobody knows.
Oh, okay, cool. I like that. That's even cool. All right, nobody knows. It's like Her. Do you remember the performer from the Grammy Award winner Her from here in the U.S.? Nobody saw Her for a real long time as well.
Yeah,
she'll probably make her grand appearance at some point, and that's a whole nother thing, right?
So to answer in my head, okay, some of this stuff. So I totally dig the breaking of the voice, and I love all the breathing where they didn't. And I mean, when I finished watching this, I was thinking, I worked for the Cranberries, and I was like, the power of Dolores, this screaming angst. And when I said something cheesy, I think when I first watched it was like, she's in a cage, but her voice is breaking free from the chains. But
oh, wow.
That's like this vibe that I got, and my thought was, and this is a question is, wouldn't she be damaging her vocal cords doing that as often as she does? Well,
I just watched the Journey documentary, which they talk a lot about vocals and damaging vocals, and they say that every great singer that pushes their vocals like that only has so long, right? If you've ever seen the "Don't Stop Believin'" documentary, one of the greatest rock documentaries ever, and so, yeah, I mean, everybody has a life expectancy in their vocals, supposedly, but there's some great singers that go forever and their voice doesn't change, and there's some that you can visibly tell. I won't name too many names. Vince Neil, that they go right away, and I still really enjoy Motley Crue, but Vince Neil's voice not the same.
Yeah, not quite. So
but my singer, and not to just but his voice has gotten better, right? Because
dude, at I don't know, we should say your wedding. Is it okay to talk about your wedding? But dude, at your wedding, I mean, he was so good.
Yeah, he's gotten better because he's learned how to sing like a real singer. He's and that's what happens, right? And that's how your voice lasts. But don't get me wrong, what I said about her, I dig that. I dig the breathlessness. I
liked it. Was just like, we don't know who she is, and it was the second part of like, it's not that she's not professional. Singing that way is difficult, and there's a lot. She sings very quick. This is tough stuff, but breaking free from what you're supposed to do to kind of just go off into this weird direction, that's punk.
Yeah, it's cool. It's punk rock. Yeah. And I like it a lot. I like that she's not concerned whether she's staying too much in key. It doesn't mess with the song at all. And it's a great performance, right? It's like all, in Japan, the theatrics, the performance, the stadium crowds, the lights, all of it is always super great. Right, it's part of the deal, and
let's jump in because it's a short track. So if you got a few more minutes, why don't we watch the music video, and then you can compare if you want.
Yeah.
Does that sound cool? All right, so let's jump into that. I did like immediately.
Yeah. I definitely was thinking the whole time, wow, I wonder what the studio track sounds like.
Okay, well then let's do that next. Let's check it out, and so you can see, or you can hear rather, differences. We can focus on that. Let's give it a go. Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.